I was wrong. That's not water dripping down there. It's brake fluid. Which kind of means I can put all this back together again, because it's got nothing to do with anything there. It's all underneath there. I thought I'll come down as a warlick of the tractor. We've identified where it is. I'll have a quick look and see how easy it's going to be to get to it and maybe fix it. Didn't think I'd be able to fix it tonight because I thought, well, I'm probably going to want a part. But if it's something I can get to easy, I'll just order the part, put it back together, and then when I got another 10 minutes, take it apart and fit the part. Anyway, so I'm in here thinking, well, that's still very wet. I mean, I haven't driven it since yesterday. Surely that would have dried up by now. So put my finger in it. I thought, is that water? So this is after I'd taken all this off the top of here, by the way. So I got underneath with my torch, lit torch up, and basically the right hand master cylinder on the brake pedal, because obviously there's two cylinders because there's independent brakes. The right hand master cylinder is wet. It's obviously leaking. I'm not sure what fluid is in this. I don't think it's a standard dot fluid. Now the reservoir's a bit low, but it's not dangerously low, and I'm not towing any loads. So as far as I'm aware, the brakes are probably still okay. But obviously every time I press the brake pedal, I'm bypassing a bit of fluid. Now that's something that's not going to wait until next year. And to be honest, brakes is not something I'm overly happy to get really involved with. Seal kits and stuff like that. So I think I might give our fitter Neil a ring and see if he can come out. Now I know what the problem is. And hopefully it's something he's come across before, because he does loads of New Holland stuff. And this is basically a TS 100 or 105. Basically, it's the same part. I could probably fit a New Holland part on this, or a case part. It doesn't matter. So I got case up at Foss Cross, or I got New Holland over at Knockdown. We can probably get the parts fairly simply. I mean, in some ways, would I be better off just going and fitting it myself? But anyway, I'm going to get someone come and look at it who knows a bit more about it, because if I'm going to be towing trailer loads of hay or silage and tons of stuff going up and down through the villages and past the school and that, I kind of want the reassurance that somebody who really knows what they're doing is gonna put this right. Even if it could be a simple fix for myself, it's brakes, it's life, it's not being a coward or anything, it's being what I think responsible. Could I fix it myself? Probably. Will I? No. So I'm going to put back together what I've taken apart, and yeah, we'll go from there. And that goes inside there. That goes inside there. Where did you fit? You fit like that, and then you go on the top. That way. All I've got to do is line you up, haven't I? That's all I've got to do, just line you up. Is that you in there? There you go. Right, so I've just messaged our engineer, Mr. James, who I'm expecting is going to be absolutely flat out run ragged by forage harvesters and big tractors and stuff. So I don't usually bother ringing him. It's easier just to send a message. He'll open it when he gets 5 minutes. I've asked him, the first thing I've asked him is if he can recommend the best fluid to top up the reservoir, because obviously I'm leaking. I'm going to put a rag under there actually to soak that up. Put that in there. I'm leaking fluid so I need to keep that topped up if I want to keep going. So I've asked him if he come and fix it, told him what the problem is, sent him a photograph of it so he knows what it is. He knows the tractor. I might have to send him my registration number just so he makes sure he got the right parts for the year. In fact, I'll take a photograph and send that to him now in a minute anyway, then he's got it. So for him, it's probably a half-hour job, unwind, fit, bleed, thing done, job done. Like I say, it is probably something I could do myself, and if I had to, if I had no choice, I would. But it is brakes. I am going to be towing really heavy loads. Tractor's going to be sort of coming up near the limits, and one of those, well, the trip on the way home loaded is down the hill into Charfield, and there's a school at the bottom of the hill, and I'm just not willing to take the risk. Yeah, it'll probably cost me 150 quid or something to get it fitted, but you know what? Peace of mind is worth it. It is worth it. So, like I said, I'm not saying I can't do it. I could if I had to. It's just that I want somebody who really knows what they're doing, understands this stuff backwards, inside and out, and everything else. I've never done one of these. I probably never will. Well, unless I have to. So, so that's kind of a yin and yang thing. Is so on the downside is I was kind of hoping we'd found the leak on where our fluid was going, where our expansion bottle fluid was going. I don't know if the tractor's getting warm and some of it's actually just being expelled out through the expansion chamber. I don't know. The oil is black. There is no whiteness. There's no cream inside the covers. There's no indication of water getting into the engine. There's no smoke. So if it was getting into the cylinders or something out, I'd expect to see smoke coming out of the tractor. None of that. I don't know where the water's going. It's just disappearing. It gets down to a certain level and then stops. But it's just low enough for the expansion tank sensor to go top me up. And then I got orange light on the dashboard, which annoys me. I don't like having warning lights. I like all the lights working, but off. If you understand what I mean. Right, so the upside is it doesn't look like I'm going to overheat anytime soon. The downside is I got to keep an eye on my reservoir, on my braking fluid, because the last thing I want is to run out of brakes. Even if I'm just going over with the mower on, it's just a tractor, I still want to be able to stop. It's quite important. So anyway, hopefully Neil will message me back. He can order the bits. It'll probably just be a cylinder replacement. I doubt he'll piss about with seals and stuff like that. I dare say, well, unless he knows better than me, I dare say it'll be, I don't know if the pedal box has got to come out. I don't think it has. It's probably just going to be undo a few bolts, undo some pipes, pull one out, put one back in, do it back up, connect it all up, bleed it through, job done. That's what I'm anticipating. That simple. Still not doing it myself. Okay. And I say it's not like I'm frightened of it. It's just that, well, I suppose I am a little bit. Yeah. If I didn't have great big hills to go up and down, I'd be happy. But literally, this thing is going straight to work, and it's heavy work, and I need the brakes to work. Okay. Right. It is 7 minutes past 6. Tonight's upload should have just gone live. So you guys should. Some of you will be watching that now, maybe. Yeah, that's it. We are more or less ready to go for tomorrow. So hopefully he'll message me back and tell me what fluid goes in there. And if he doesn't, I might just take a trip up to TH White's in the morning and just go to the parts desk and ask. Because it's a CNH engine. And it's basically, this is basically, like I said, a red TS100. It's going to be the same fluid in it. So they're closer than Case at Foss Cross, so yeah, we'll do that. Okay, that's the problem up in there. Can you see that wet there? That's where that patch down there is coming from. That chap there. Nothing worse than an unsightly damp patch. Well, there is. It's an unsightly damp patch that you can't explain. That is worse. Right, we will still keep an eye on that though, but I reckon by end of tomorrow it's going to be underneath there. It's going to be down there somewhere. So just for those of you who don't know, that's the cylinder. This master cylinder is gone. So the connections that would have to come off is these guys here, the top up, which comes from the reservoir, and I can't actually see the level on there for a minute. Oh no, it's right at the top there. Okay, I thought it was down here. It's actually there. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought then. So that one there has got to come off. That one there has got to come off. One at the top. Unbolts, I think, from the inside. And then this will pull out. And the new one will go in. Bolt it all back up. And then bleed the brakes through. That's probably the bit I would maybe struggle with a little bit by myself. Is can you need two people to bleed brakes? I don't know if that's the same on a tractor, but definitely on a car, every time I've done a car, unless you've actually got a bleed kit and you can pressurize the cap up there, or you would need to follow that all the way down through there and under there and up round there and find it. And oh, are you supposed to be on there? Well, if Neil comes, maybe I'll ask him about that as well, because that looks like it should be on there. Pulled off by a thistle or something, I expect. Bloody thistles. Right. Okay. Well, do you know what? In, what was it, 2004, 18, 19 years, the only thing I've had go wrong with this is the clutch switch inside there, which you can't start the tractor without it. So that went, and that cylinder, that's it. We've never ever had anything else go wrong apart from things that I've actually broken. I mean, I tried to break the aircon a while ago. I got that hooked up in a tree, but it still works. So I haven't replaced that because it's just a bit of pipe and it still works. It's just a bit, it's not bent quite the right way. All right, okay. You can come out there. You can go on there. That's the second time I've had the bonnet up today. I can go back in my van. Yeah, lads don't have that one. That's mine.